Hi everyone, welcome to the C.O.D.E Initiative. My name is Bahar and I will be telling you a little bit about our classes and also helping you through registration. Here at C.O.D.E, we believe in the potential of every student. We know that every student is full of creativity and new ideas, and we want to let them explore and utilize that through coding and STEM. One of the main pillars of our organization is accessibility. We are a registered service provider for the Autism Funding Unit. So if you are eligible for autism funding, please contact them to determine if you can use that money for our workshops. It's on a case dependent basis. If you do not have any sort of funding and need financial assistance, we still want you to be able to use these workshops. So please email us at info@thecodeinitiative.ca, also mentioned on our website here under contacts, and let us know of the situation and we will email you with next steps. Now, let's get to registration. All right, when you go to our website, thecodeinitiative.ca, this is what you will see. You can browse our website a little bit more if you want to learn about us and what we do at C.O.D.E and just see a little bit about who we engage with and our partners. But if you want to skip ahead to registration, you can either press here and then say register. You have to press on this button right here, or you can go to this button and say register now. It takes you to the exact same place. So let's go ahead and do that. It will open up a new tab for you. As you can see, we've mentioned our workshops can be covered by autism funding, and then you have to contact them and see if you're eligible for it. But how we do this, how we register for our classes, is actually in two steps. First, you have to scroll to the bottom here and you'll find all the classes that we offer online right now. Because of COVID, we've actually moved everything online just for the safety of our students as well as our volunteer teachers. So we have our beginner Scratch, advanced Scratch, web development, Python, and Java, as well as AI for kids. This is kind of put into a chronological order. So you can start with beginner Scratch, then go to advanced. After that, you can either do web development or Python, depending on which language you like best. You can learn a little bit about each of them by clicking on the actual profile. And then after, if you have done both Python and web dev, then we do recommend you do the Java course. After beginners and advanced Scratch, you can also skip ahead and do AI for kids as well, which is super fun. You don't need a ton of coding experience, but you do need to have Scratch knowledge to be able to get through it relatively easy. All right, so let's say that I want to sign up for beginner Scratch. So I will say purchase, I will press on the button, and I will put in all my information here, as well as my child's name, their last name, every information that is here. And we do request that you fill this field. It's important for us to know, how your child learns best so we can assess them in the best way possible. After you have filled this form out, a confirmation email will be sent to the email that you have put here with more information as well as a confirmation number. So keep hold of that email, please. I'm going to close this because I'm not going to really fill it in, but after you have filled this in and paid and all is good, then you can close this, come back to the same page you were on, and then go to the next step, which is step 2, scheduling sessions using our booking calendar, and please go ahead and press on here. And as you can see here, a new tab will open to you. This is the time where you need to actually book the 5 sessions that you paid for. Our system is very easy to use. You can go ahead and pick any 5 days at any times that it's most convenient for you. You're not locked into any time frame, which is what makes it super great. You can do it with the same staff or different staffs if they're not available all at the times that you need. And everything that the previous staff has done will transfer on to the next staff, so don't worry about that at all. So you can, if you want to try out our classes without having to pay for it, just to get a feel of how we do things, you can actually do class trials. So if you press here, you can pick from either of our classes and you can do a 30-minute trial with the tutors that are assigned to that class. You can only do one class trial per class. If you know the class that you're wanting to sign up for, please go ahead and press on coding classes. These are 60-minute classes and it's $0 because you've already paid for it in the previous step. Please pick the workshop that you already paid for and then press on it. Here you see a list of our volunteer teachers, and when you hover over them, you see their availabilities. If you just hover and go down, you'll be able to see which tutor fits your schedule the best. Please do keep in mind that you have to do this step 5 times to book the 5 sessions that you have paid for. I'm going to go ahead and actually book myself. So yes, you're paying for the selected class as beginner scratch. It's not a class trial, so don't click this. And then you're going to say continue. You see that there's a week buffer from the day that is today, which is Sunday, January 3rd. This is just to give our staff a little bit more time to prepare. So I can start my sessions on the 10th if that's what I am choosing to. This is the first session that my child is doing, so I can pick it at any time that is convenient for me. Let's say that I picked the 12th. So the tutor that I chose, Bahar, has availability at any of these times. Let's say that your availability is for 3 p.m. Do keep in mind that these time zones are Pacific time, Vancouver time, so if you are living in another time zone in another country or another province, please make sure that you adjust it as so. So if I want my availability to be 3 p.m., my first session at 3 p.m., I will click on it. You can either sign in with Facebook, Google. If you have a Setmore account, or you can just create your new profile if you have none of these with any email. So I already have my Google account, so I'm going to click on here and I'm going to go to Brianna Thompson and I'm going to sign in. So as you can see, it auto does my email for me. I still have to put in my phone number and the city, province, all of these, the name of my student, the age of my student. Please do review the terms and conditions. We do have a 24-hour policy that's, explained more in depth in terms of condition. And then once you've done all of that, go ahead and press on all of these once you filled out the information and we can see what the next step is. So I took some time and filled all of this in with my mobile, my address, where I'm from, any comments that I have for the instructor, as well as the name of my child and the age that they're in. I read my terms and conditions and I've said that I've agreed to it. So now I go and press continue. I check all the information just to make sure it is all good. If you want to be reminded via email and text reminder, do click this box. If not, you don't have to click it. I do recommend clicking it because sometimes it's easy to forget. And then I can go ahead and press book my appointment. And this on our end will send an appointment confirmation to us, to you, and to the tutor that you booked. In this case, it says Bahar Musavi, for this one session that you booked, beginner scratch, 60 minutes. So after you've done this session, you can go ahead and book another appointment. So you do have to go through the process again, essentially, and book another 4 appointments in that manner. We apologize for it being a little tedious, but it does give you the flexibility to pick whatever times you want. If, let's say, I'm not available for a time that you need, you can go ahead and pick another volunteer. Don't worry, it won't interfere with the learning. They will pass on notes from one to another just to make sure that your child is learning the lesson from where they left off in the previous session. But yeah, it offers you a great deal of flexibility. So now, amazing, let's say that you've booked all your sessions. What do you do next? Well, you go to the email that you provided us when you were doing all of these signing ups, and you will see 5 separate emails sent for each of the sessions that you signed up for, each with this title: the C.O.D.E initiative video meeting booked, whatever, and then the date that you have booked it in. So in this case, January 12th, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Again, you will have 5 of these emails. You can add it to your calendar or whatnot. Here you can see that you can reschedule if you are within 24 hours. You can cancel appointment if you are within 24 hours, or you can book another appointment here as well. Now, this is really important. You have to hold on to these emails. Either way, marking it, putting it in a separate folder, you do have to hold on to these emails because for each of the days that you have signed up, there will be a separate link that you need to click on to be able to take you to the session, to the video conference where the tutor is waiting for you. If you've signed up with your email and you want your child to have access to these as well, you can simply forward this email to them, but make sure that they go to the appropriate date when they want to join, because if you've also signed up for January 13th, the login, the meeting link for that is going to be different. So they need to go to the day that you have booked, scroll to the bottom of that email, and it says join your meeting, and you will have to press join your meeting, and it will take you to the system called Teleport. You will have to allow it to use your microphone and your camera, both of those. You can't see me just because I've turned my camera off, but you can press on here and you can start your meeting, and normally you could see yourself here. And then the volunteer knows how to use this platform. Essentially, it does have a share screen feature on the bottom left corner. It has a chat feature on the top right corner, and it's actually very, very convenient to use. So once the session is ended, they will exit the call, and they're done. So next class, you will have to go to your next booked appointment. So let's say next class is January 13th. I will go to another separate email that will be here for January 13th, because you'll get a separate email for each day that you book. You will press on the January 13th one, and then you will go to join meeting for that day. Again, it's very, very important that you will get 5 separate emails with 5 separate joining links, and you need to go to the right date to be able to join that meeting. If you're having any difficulty logging in or accessing the system, please do give us a call at this number, or you can email us for assistance as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for sticking through the workshop. I hope that it was clear to understand, but if you do have any questions, we are always happy to answer. You can either email us or give us a call for urgent matters. Thank you so much.